What's going on, everybody? It's your host of Kidding and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm just literally gonna show you some rules or principle of price action. So I would like to start off with some do's, and then the first of all, one is catch a trade from the very top or the bottom, and the second one is do not place your stop loss in obvious zone, and the third one is don't stand in front of a moving trade. So first of all, I would like to start off with catch trade from the very top or bottom. Everybody would like to catch a trade from the starting point of the trade, where the trade start off to move from there. So as you all know me, you all know how I really trade. So here was the first touch, and then the second touch, right jobs here. So we all like to catch trade from the starting point at the top, from the top of the setup, or from the top of this zone right here. So from the very top of our setup, that is where we literally need to catch our setup, so that we can actually ride all the way out to the downside of the trade. Then our stop loss, our risk to reward will be literally super nice. Stop loss right here, right on this structure right here, and then stop loss literally all the way up to the downside right here. Same applies to the catching trade from the very bottom of your setup. So you literally need to catch trade from the bottom of your setup like this. So you literally need to wait till your setup gives you a confirmation, a second confirmation right at the second touch of your support. That's where you literally need to catch your trade from the very bottom of your setup, and then your risk to reward will be super nice or super cool. The reason why we catch trade from the very bottom and from the very top is because we want our stop loss to be very tight or very reasonable as to our reward. So without further waste of time, let me take you through to the chart so that you can get a clear understanding of what I'm saying. So if you come on card GBP CHF, here was our first touch. Here was my very first touch. So I literally wait for a second touch right at this point. See price push all the way here, push back up, came back here, push up, back up once again, and now finally price touching here for the second time. So I'm literally going to look for an entry right at the top of my second touch of my trend line once again, and we are lucky we have trend line also passing through that point, making it a very important area for me to look at. And as you all know me, I always wait for the bearish present to also come into the market before I literally enter my setup. So now we have our second touch right at this point, and now bearish present are here. Since the bearish presents are here, I'm gonna be taking my trade right after the 4-hour close of this candle. Bam, put my stop loss right at this structure right here, and then targeting this structure below right at this point, targeting this structure below right at this point. So you could literally see that we are actually risking one to make two with this particular setup, and that's very good, very pretty simple. So first rule is catch your trade from the very top of your trade, and then second is from the very bottom of your trade, as I explained earlier. Also here you can literally see how price literally touched here for the first time, right here for the second time right here. So literally here, this point is where I'm gonna be looking for an entry right at this point. So let me take you to the H1 time frame. So on the H1 time frame, we can literally see that we have the second touch right here. Price has been rejecting this level for a while now, and now we have the bullish present finally. So I'm gonna be taking my two here. This is where I'm gonna be placing my trade after the 1 hour close, and then um my risks will be beneath this structure right here. I'm considering 35 pips stop loss. That's cool right here, and I'm targeting this structure right at this point. The structure right there. The structure right there. The structure right there. The structure right here. So that's it, the structure right there, and you can see price literally hit it right at this point. You can see we have some rejection, weak price weakening all the way up to the top, and then that was a pretty good trade right there. So make sure you catch your trade from the very top or from the very bottom. And the second is, do not place your stop loss in obvious zones. So let's move on to GBP AUD, and then I'm gonna be showing you, do not place your stop loss in obvious zones. So first of all, before you don't place your stop loss in obvious zones, you need to catch your trade from the very top or from the very bottom, so that you don't place your stop loss in obvious zones. So for instance, when price has already started pushing and you didn't get an entry right at this bottom right here, you can literally see I was actually waiting for a proper confirmation to get into this trade, but I didn't get any proper confirmation for me to get into this trade. So I totally ignore this setup. And now let's move back to the 1 hour time frame. And now, if you consider placing your trade, since price is already moving, and then you see, well, price is actually going to move super high to the upside, and now you intended placing your stop loss right around this obvious level right here, then targeting your TP all the way to this high, and then now look at where you are actually going to place your stop loss, because your stop loss needs to be at the structure created below or at the bottom before price started pushing to the upside. And now look at where your stop loss is going to be compared to your reward. Is really bad. This is not good, 100% not good for you to do this. You can see price just started pushing to the upside for you in your favor, and now look at how price started dropping super nice to the downside, and that's really bad. Do not place your stop loss in obvious zones. So you need to catch your trade from the very bottom of your trading. And now finally, do not stand in front of a moving trade. Do not stand in front of a moving trade. So somebody who analyze the chart and then leave waiting for a confirmation for that person to just get in a trade, and then due to one or two reasons he couldn't show up to the market as the time he was supposed to, and now he came back to the chart and then saw price pushing impulsively to the upside. And now, because he knows that price will definitely push to the upside for a while now, you don't control the price, So you don't know where price could potentially turn around and then push down. So now you just open the chart and then literally see price pushing to the upside heavily, and then now he decided to just join the party. Just join the party right at this point here, thinking price should continue pushing all the way to the upside. And now you you are not literally going to get a proper place to place your stop loss, so you just use a pip, a stop loss pip to place your stop loss. And then now let's consider 40 or 30 pips right here. Let's consider 30 pips. Okay, now 30 pips. You just place your trade right at this point. Price literally move a little bit in your favor. Price literally move just a little bit in your favor, and then now finally price pushing back to the downside, hitting you on stop losses. So be mindful. Do not place a trade in front of a moving trade. Do not place trade in front of a moving setup. Just allow it to go and then wait for another setup to cook very nice for you. So make sure you implement these three things in your trading. One is catch your trade from the very top or the bottom, and then two, do not place your stop loss in obvious zones. That is very bad. And the third one is this: do not stand in front of a moving train. If you stand in front of a moving train, this is literally what's gonna happen, unless you have your own trading strategy that literally align with a market that is already trending or moving for you. Then that's you are super cool, you are super perfect to use it. So that's the guide for you. Make sure you smash the like button, turn the post notification icon on if you find value in this video. See you in the next video. Bye guys.